Stop scrubbing. Put the brush down. You are wasting your time and you are damaging your grout. I'm going to show you why that pink slime keeps coming back no matter how hard you scrub. And I'm going to give you the one ingredient costing less than $5 that stops it from growing in its tracks. This isn't a magic spray, it's chemistry. And once you understand it, you will never buy a specialized mold remover again. Here's the reality. Most of you are fighting a war you cannot win with bleach. You see black spots in the corner of your shower or that slimy pink film on the tile. You grab the bottle of bleach cleaner, you spray it, you let it sit, you scrub until your arm hurts. It looks clean for about 3 days, then it comes back, worse than before. Why? Because you are treating the symptom, not the disease. You are killing the surface mold, but you are leaving the food source behind. And worse, you are likely making the environment better for mold to grow next time. I am Kitchen Shine Master. My grandfather was a janitor, my father was a janitor. I have spent 30 years cleaning commercial buildings and homes. I have seen every trick, every product, and every failure. Today, I'm teaching you the method we use in high-traffic commercial restrooms to keep showers sterile without spending a fortune on industrial chemicals. Let's talk about the problem. The problem isn't just dirt. The problem is biofilm. When you step out of the shower, you leave behind water. That water contains minerals from your pipes, but more importantly, it contains organic matter, dead skin cells, soap scum, body oils, shampoo residue. This mixture settles into the microscopic pores of your grout and the silicone caulk lines. Mold and mildew are fungi. They do not need sunlight, they do not need soil. They need two things, moisture and food. Your shower provides both in abundance. The pink slime you see, that is often Serratia marcensis. It's an airborne bacterium that loves phosphate-rich residues found in soap and shampoo. The black spots, that's usually Aspergillus or Cladosporium. When you use standard cleaners, especially abrasive scrubs or acidic cleaners like vinegar on natural stone, you might remove the visible color, but you rarely penetrate the biofilm. Biofilm is a protective shield that bacteria and mold create. It's like a microscopic fortress. If you don't break the fortress, the mold survives underneath. When the water dries, the mold goes dormant. When you shower again, it wakes up, feeds on the new soap scum, and spreads. This is why your shower smells musty after you clean it. The smell is the metabolic waste of the mold living deep in the grout. Now, let's look at why your current methods are failing. Method 1 is bleach. Everyone loves bleach. It smells clean. But here's the truth about bleach on porous surfaces like grout. Bleach is mostly water. The active ingredient, sodium hypochlorite, has a large molecule structure. It sits on the surface. It kills the top layer of mold, but the water content soaks into the grout. This adds moisture to the very place you are trying to dry out. Furthermore, bleach breaks down organic material, but it does not remove it. You are left with dead mold bodies and soap scum still stuck in the pores. This residual organic matter is actually easier for new mold to feed on because it's already broken down. You are essentially fertilizing your next mold outbreak. Method 2 is vinegar. Vinegar is acidic. It can kill some types of mold, but if you have natural stone tiles, marble, granite, travertine, vinegar will etch the stone. It eats away the sealant. Once the sealant is gone, the stone becomes porous. It absorbs water like a sponge. Now, instead of water running off the tile, it sits inside the tile. You have created a permanent mold habitat. Even on ceramic tile, vinegar is weak against established biofilm. It requires long contact time, hours, not minutes, to be effective. Who lets vinegar sit for 4 hours? Nobody, so it fails. Method 3, heavy scrubbing. Scrubbing with a stiff brush can damage grout. Grout is cement-based. It is softer than tile. If you scrub too hard, you erode the surface. This creates micro cracks and roughness. Rough surfaces trap more dirt and moisture than smooth surfaces. By scrubbing aggressively, you are increasing the surface area for mold to hide. You are making the problem worse physically, even if it looks cleaner temporarily. So if bleach adds moisture, vinegar damages stone, and scrubbing ruins grout, what's left? The solution is not a stronger killer. The solution is a better remover. We need to lift the biofilm and the food source out of the pores, not just kill what's on top. And we need to do it with something that evaporates quickly and leaves no residue. The $5 trick is hydrogen peroxide, specifically 3% hydrogen peroxide combined with a specific application method. You can buy a large bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide at any pharmacy or grocery store for about $2 to $3. It lasts for months. It's safe for almost all surfaces, including colored grout, unlike bleach, which can discolor. And it breaks down into water and oxygen. No toxic fumes, no harsh chemical smell. But here's the key. Hydrogen peroxide alone is good. Hydrogen peroxide combined with mechanical agitation with the right tool is unstoppable. And there is one final step that most people skip, which is the forever part of this title. Let me walk you through the exact protocol. This is the commercial standard. Step 1, dry the surface. This is counterintuitive. You want to clean a wet shower? No. Wait until the shower is completely dry. Ideally, do this on a day you haven't showered yet, or after you've squeegeed and wiped it down the night before. Why? Because if the grout is saturated with water, it cannot absorb the cleaning agent. We need the grout to be thirsty. We need it to pull the peroxide deep into the pores. Step 2, the application. Do not spray. Spraying creates mist, which lands on the tile face. We need concentration on the grout lines. Take your bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide. If it has a nozzle, great. If not, pour it into a squeeze bottle with a narrow tip. Apply the peroxide directly onto the grout lines and the silicone caulk. Saturate them. You want it soaked, not dripping everywhere. Just wet enough that it stays in the line. Step 3, the dwell time. Let it sit for 10 minutes. You will see it bubbling slightly. That is the oxidation process. It is breaking down the organic bonds in the biofilm. It is lifting the stain from the inside out. Do not scrub yet. Let the chemistry do the work. Step 4, the agitation. After 10 minutes, take a stiff bristled brush. Not a wire brush that scratches. Use a nylon grout brush or an old toothbrush for tight corners. Scrub the grout lines firmly. You're not trying to grind the grout down. You're agitating the loosened biofilm. You will notice the foam turns gray or brown. That is the dirt coming out. Step 5, the rinse and dry. Rinse thoroughly with hot water. Hot water helps dissolve any remaining residue. Then, and this is critical, wipe it dry with a microfiber cloth or use a squeegee. Remove the moisture. Now, if you stop here, your shower will be clean, but it will mold again in a few weeks because the conditions are still right. This is where the forever part comes in. The secret step, prevention. Mold needs moisture. If you eliminate the standing moisture, you eliminate the mold, but you can't stop showering, so you need to change the surface tension. After you have deep cleaned with the peroxide method, you need to apply a hydrophobic barrier. You don't need expensive sealers. You can use a simple, clear, silicone-based grout sealer. But there is a cheaper, immediate hack for daily maintenance. Keep a small spray bottle in the shower. Fill it with 50% water and 50% rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. After every shower, spray the walls and the floor. Why alcohol? Alcohol displaces water. It mixes with the water droplets on your tile and helps them evaporate much faster. It also kills any new airborne spores that land on the surface before they can establish a colony. It dries in seconds. It leaves no residue. It costs pennies per use. If you combine the monthly deep clean with hydrogen peroxide and the daily spray with alcohol, you break the life cycle of the mold. You remove the food source monthly and you remove the moisture daily. Mold cannot survive without both. Let's address some common questions I get about this method. Question: can I mix hydrogen peroxide with vinegar? Answer: no. Never mix them in the same bottle. They create peracetic acid, which is corrosive and can irritate your lungs and skin. Use one or the other. For this method, we are using peroxide because it is safer for grout and more effective against biofilm without etching stone. Question: what if my grout is already black and won't come clean? Answer: if the grout is deeply stained after 2 treatments, the mold has penetrated too deep, or the grout is failing. At that point, cleaning won't fix it. You need to re-grout. But for 95% of showers, the peroxide method will restore the original color. Question: is this safe for colored grout? Answer: 3% hydrogen peroxide is generally safe for colored grout. However, always test a small hidden area first. Bleach strips color. Peroxide oxidizes stains. It is much gentler. Question: what about the silicone caulk? Answer: if the silicone is black underneath, no cleaner will fix it. The mold is behind the caulk. You must scrape out the old caulk and replace it. But for surface mildew on caulk, the peroxide method works perfectly. Apply, wait, scrub, rinse. Let's recap the protocol so you can screenshot this. Ensure the shower is dry. Apply 3% hydrogen peroxide directly to grout and caulk. Wait 10 minutes. Let it bubble. Scrub with a nylon brush. Rinse with hot water and dry thoroughly. Daily maintenance. Spray with 50-50 water and rubbing alcohol mix after showering to speed up drying. This costs less than $5. The peroxide is $3, the alcohol is $2, the brush you probably already have. Compare that to the $40 you spent on specialized mold removers that only work for a week. This is not about buying a better product. It is about understanding the biology of your bathroom. You're dealing with a living organism. Starve it, dry it out, oxidize it. I have used this method in hotels, gyms, and private homes. It is the only way to keep a shower truly clean without spending your entire weekend scrubbing. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I am Kitchen Shine Master, and I teach you how to clean like a pro, not like an amateur guessing with random products. I want to know from you, what is the one spot in your house that drives you crazy? Is it the oven grease, the hard water stains on your glass doors, the dusty ceiling fans? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I pick my next video topics based on your problems. If you are struggling with hard water stains on your glass shower doors, click this video right here. I show you the exact technique to remove mineral buildup without scratching the glass. It pairs perfectly with this mold routine. Thanks for watching. Keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll see you in the next one.